Welcome to the first AI update. I'm going to give you just a 10-minute snippet of what's going on in the world of AI. This is just, there's a ton going on in the world of AI at all times. So this is just a snippet, a marketing's eye view, so to say, since I'm a marketer, digital marketer specifically. So I'm going to come to you from that vantage point. Okay, so for now, mostly what we're doing is we're talking about images and video and content creation, right? So we have four things basically that you're seeing all over the place. You're seeing hyper realistic AI media, you're seeing images that are edited. You can hardly tell. Things are added, things are removed, all kinds of crazy going on there. And it's very handy to have. And then we have the text to media revolution, right? You're putting in prompts for for say blog posts or scripts or whatever kind of written content creation you need. You're putting in prompts for visual content creation, images and video and so on. And then fourth, we have these writing superpowers with AI, right? Anything we need to express, you can kind of just say to it, yeah, I'm trying to say this. I'm trying to write this. I'm trying to respond this way. And it will at least give you ideas, if not write the whole darn thing for you, right? So we've got these writing superpowers. So here's how this all came together. I used 5 AI tools to create this video. And one thing to know, I tell you, just mark my words, and this will happen sooner than later. There won't be a need to use 5 different tools. Each of these tools are kind of evolving into their own super tool that can do all of these things: video creation, image editing, write the script for you, create the voiceover. But I did it myself, tool by tool, so to say. So script was ChatGPT. I, basically told it what I was looking for, write a script about the importance of hiring a graphic designer, because that's what the video is about. You'll see it. And then after I was happy with that script, I took it over to 11 Labs and I had it create the AI voiceover where you'll hear the AI voice. The text to video, those videos were created with Sora and Genmo, 2 different ones. Sora did almost all of them. Genmo was for the time lapse. You'll see a time lapse right at first. That's Genmo. Couldn't get Sora to do the time lapse. Otherwise, it would just be the one. And then logo design, that was through ChatGPT. Normally, you wouldn't use ChatGPT for your actual logos, but it worked for what I was trying to do here. And then I also used Photoshop to tweak things exactly how I wanted them. So let's take a peek at this mystery video. And here we go.
Meet Sarah. She just started her dream bakery and she's DIYing her logo. Because hey, how hard can it be? Well, it turns out it can be pretty hard. Your logo isn't just a doodle, it's your business's first impression. And like it or not, first impressions stick. Customers are deciding in seconds whether to trust your business, and a confusing or amateur logo might send them running to your competitors. Take this logo. Fine for a quirky coffee shop, but probably not what you'd expect for a hot air balloon ride. And this one? It claims to be a bakery, but the bread loaves are confusing at first glance. Sarah decides to try a different approach, hiring a professional designer. A professional designer understands things like typography, color theory, and how to make your brand memorable. A great logo isn't just pretty, it's strategic. So before you spend hours struggling with clip art, think about what your brand is really worth. Investing in a professional logo might just be the best decision you make for your business.
Okay, so did you see the videos within the video? These 4 were little video clips, and I had created all of them through Sora and through prompting by saying, here's what I'm looking for, and giving it the clearest prompt that I could give it to get the output that I wanted. And it wasn't always output exactly right the first time. I had to, tweak it a little bit and finally get what I wanted. And these aren't, if I really was using this, I would be tweaking things even further still. Like these 2 I was more happy with than I was these 2, but they worked for what we were doing here right now. And then this one, without this part, This is an overlay of a logo and wording, so ignore that part. But the video behind it, that was Genmo, and that was the one tool that I could get to actually do a time lapse for me. I couldn't get Sora to do the time lapse, but Genmo to the rescue, and Genmo did that part of it. And then these logos here, that was done in ChatGPT. And again, you don't use ChatGPT for your logo actually building it, maybe for the idea. If you really wanted a logo like this, you could build that then in Adobe Illustrator so you have the correct vector type of format that you need for a logo. But I digress. This was done in ChatGPT, as simple as me saying, create a logo that's really pretty, but not practical, lots of flourishes and so on. So I told it that, and it created that logo for me. And then one that's more practical, clean lines, whatever prompt I gave it to express that. And then this was through ChatGPT and Photoshop. So really, ChatGPT did all the heavy lifting here with the image, but it was square. I forgot to tell it that I wanted a more horizontal ratio. So all I had to do was take that into Photoshop then, and Photoshop has a generative expand feature, which means I just have to take the edges of the file, I'll scoot them out on both sides, and it, does the lighting appropriately and just looks like the image was shot that way to begin with. Here's another example of doing that. So this was the image that came out at first for ChatGPT when I was trying to make this. I wanted it wider. I forgot to tell it to give me a more horizontal aspect ratio. So I knew I could build it myself though. So what I did first is I got rid of this stuff. I knew I didn't need that. And I just did that in Photoshop by circling around it and having it generatively fill as if it was blank there. There's the outcome of it. And then I went in and I pulled this out wider. You can see where it stops right here at the shadow, right about there. I pulled it out further, and then I pulled this side out further. So it gave me room to do that here. So that's what Photoshop is being used for. All right, so that was my quick 5-minute overview of what the AI update was in January when we had our meeting. The next AI update is in February at the next in-person meeting for SCORE. The Women in Business Facebook group is here. You can give that a go by me getting out of the way. And there's the QR code, or if you're watching this online, just go to SCORE Women in Business and find it there. All right, hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just comment below, and hopefully we'll see you at the next meeting.